Glad to have you back on iBrand Daybreak. Now, despite the public outcry that Chief Imam of Apo Legislative Quarters Mosque, Sheikh Nuru Khalid, should be reinstated, he has been sacked for delivering a sermon that criticized the government over the killings in Nigeria. The chairman of the mosque committee, Senator Saidu Dansado, announced on Monday that Khalid's suspension has been upgraded to sack. He said that Khalid was sacked for not being remorseful despite his suspension as the imam of the mosque. Now, joining us to make sense of this conversation, we have Jide Ologu joining us via Zoom. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. It's a pleasure.
I got to have you here, sir. And now, looking at the recent development with the imam of the Apo Mosque, of his sermon criticizing the government over the incessant killings of Nigerians and the insecurity in the country, his suspension that led to sack a lot of Nigerians has a lot to say about that. So what's your take on it?
I think those who are managing the public relations life of the president should have, responded to this with emotional intelligence, because the preacher was stating the obvious in the country. If you look at the statistics of those who are killed in this country and the level of insecurity, the level of poverty, the level of hardship, and anyone who loves the people and anyone who loves the government and desires that the government succeed must speak out. And of course, under the Nigerian constitution, we have the freedom of expression. Okay. And for him to have been suspended means that the government is not under the consciousness that the authority they have to manage the country is derived from the people. And will that suspension change anything? If you look at Section 14, subsection 2 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended, it says that the security and the welfare of the citizens shall be the primary purpose of government. So can this government claim that they have been able to secure lives and property? Yes.
Okay. You just quoted the Constitution regarding the indisputable duty of the government to protect the people as well as properties in the nation. You had the Minister of Information and Culture days back tell us Nigeria is getting safer. That was just probably 24 hours, before the Kaduna train attack. That those within the government that think that security challenges are not as worse as they were before, probably due to, Boko Haram attacks, especially in Abuja some years back where you had Inyanya bombing and all of that. Do you think that on the basis of, what the people are seeing and what the cleric also preached in a sermon, do you think the government is having that true reflection, or it's as a result of sycophants around them who are painting a different picture?
It's quite unfortunate that we have tried to...
Okay, I think we have issues with connection there, but I think, there's a disconnect, no doubt, between the government and the people. And the disconnect, stems from the fact that the government probably has sycophants around them who paint a different picture from the reality that the common man, experiences. If the cleric is saying, speaking the obvious regarding security concerns, I don't think it's out of place. In the first place, the suspension is questionable. Now, if the senator in charge of the committee is saying that the suspension was, upgraded to a sack because the imam was not remorseful, what should he be remorseful for? That's the question.
The thing, what just played out happens not just in the political scene, it happens everywhere. We see situations where people speak out and are punished for speaking out. So when people don't speak out, they are also said, it's also said that you have an opportunity to speak and you're not speaking. So when you speak, you are punished for also speaking. Punished not because you deserve the punishment, but because the authorities think they are in the power to punish you for speaking not about what's not right, what is actually happening. So it's, now we talk about the democratic system of government. Is it really, it's questionable, because now we had reactions from social media. If I come out to say there is insecurity in the country,
why should I be punished for that?
If there's no insecurity and I say there's insecurity, I can't be punished. But if I say what is actually happening and I'm punished for it, we see this happen not just in, it's happening everywhere. So it brings to question the leadership capacity, the what actually is leadership? Is it leadership or tyranny? That's a question for...
Well, I understand that's the question, really. Let's just go on a break. You know, we'll definitely continue this conversation. So we'll go on a very short break now. When we return, the conversation continues.